My name is Piotr Cybulski and this is the first lesson of my C++ tutorial. I hope it will be helpful for all of you who want to work as software engineer or maybe for someone who just likes programming. I'll try to help you understand the beauty of programming and show you step by step how it works. Maybe it's not so easy, but also it's not very hard if you are patient and repeat every step I show you. Okay, so let's go. I won't be telling about the history of C++ or other aspects like installing your environment. Maybe I'll record some other video about it later, but right now I will focus only on programming. At first we should talk about the structure of C++ program. Every program in C++ have to begin in one main function which is called main. So I have to write it. First I write the type of the variable which will be returned from the main function. It is int. It doesn't matter for now. I'll talk about it later. Right now you don't have to understand what does it mean. Okay, and here is our function main. I open the parentheses. Inside there are two parameters. Every function has can have one or many parameters. What are the parameters? I'll tell you in other lesson. Right now you just have to know that when you want to write any C++ program, you have to repeat those lines. Inside I have to type first parameter and the second one. Sorry. Okay, I close the parentheses and inside I open the braces. Okay, right now I have my first C++ program. Inside and in those braces there also has to be statement return 0, which means that our program is successfully completed and terminated at the end. It's a sign for the system that everything went okay. Okay, so everything inside those braces are our main body of the function main. At first we focus on the body of a program. As a curiosity, beginners starting their programming adventures by saying phrase hello world and displaying it on the screen. So let's try to do it. For your convenience, I'll write particular elements of body one by one and then show you the most common errors at the same time, which you should avoid. I will make those errors so you could learn from them for future. The program I wrote, which you are seeing right now on your screen, is actually basic, well-functioning program, but it didn't display anything. It doesn't do anything. Why? Because we didn't write anything in the body of a main function. So I try to run this program. We have to wait a while to compile, and after a couple of seconds we should see a black window. Okay, as you saw, there was a black window which closed immediately. It is important to understand that there was no code in the main function. It's empty function, so there was nothing to return and display on screen. If we want to display something on our screen, for example some text or some function result, we should use cout symbol, which represents output stream. I type it, cout. Output stream redirects our inscriptions on the screen, but before this happened cout symbol should be coupled by insertion operator, 2 arrows to the left here. And after this, if we would like to show to the screen some text, for example, hello world, we have to type it inside the quotation marks. Hello world. We have to close those text. We have opened this here and close here, and remember that after every line of C++ code we have to put a semicolon character. Okay, I'll try to execute this program again. Compiler says there is an error, build error. He can't find, he's found undeclared identifier cout. Okay, it's not so good as we thought. Compile tells us that cout symbol wasn't defined. In C++ language, every symbol's definitions are placed in separate files. We call them libraries. So compiler has to know that we are going to use this or that function. Then compiler joins matching library. In our case, cout symbol is defined in IOStream header file. So we already know that cout symbol definition occurs in IOStream header file. We also know we want to use this library because of cout symbol in this case. So we must inform a compiler of it. How do we do this? It's very simple. To use it, we have to write on the top of this, on the file, place statement hash include and IOStream. Okay, right now we have included to our main program library IOStream. Okay, I'll try to run program again. There's still an error. What does it mean? Okay, cout is still undeclared identifier. Why? Each function in C++ library belongs to so-called namespaces. I'll tell you something more about namespaces a little bit later, but now it's important to get a compiler clear guidance in which namespace cout symbol occurs. All standard library functions are placed in std namespace. So what should we do? We may insert std shortcut before cout symbol right here, followed by 2 double colon. It isn't economical in this case because our program is short, so we would have to repeat this on every time we would like to display something. For example, we would like to display text hello world 2 times, so in every using of cout we would have to write std and double colon. It's not very economical. So as our program is very short, we can do this in some other way. I'll show you how. We can also give a compiler a guideline which tells that every standard library functions in our program, in our file, belongs to std namespace. We can do it by typing on top of the screen this line, using namespace std followed by a semicolon. So right now we don't have to type std for cout statement. It already know that it belongs to the namespace std. Okay, let's try to run the program again. I hit execute. Okay, this time there weren't any errors, but the black window disappears very quickly, and you probably can't see it, but hello world was displayed. I guess you want to see if text in black window really exists. What can you do to stop disappearance of the window? And by the way, pausing the program, we have to use cin symbol coupled by get method. I'll show you how to do it. We have to type at the end of our main function, but before the return 0 absolutely terminates our program. So right before it we have to type cin dot get and parentheses opened and closed, followed by semicolon. This method gives the program a sign to stop for a moment while the black window shows up. It actually sent an information that only pressing some button from the keyboard must program again. Okay, so let's try it. I'll execute and we should see black window. This time it won't disappear. Exactly. As you see, we have our black window with the text hello world inside, and only after I press any button on keyboard and press enter, it disappears. Tada! It's our first full C++ program. Congratulations! Last thing in this lesson I want to tell you about are comments. Sometimes every programmer needs to write something which helps him understand his code, but it can't have any impact on code. That's why comments are. You create them by inserting 2 slashes, and here you go. For example, I would like to comment what this line meant. For example, in 1 month from now I will get back to this program and I won't know, can't remember what does it mean, why it was here. So I can put a comment here. For example, this line outputs text on screen. And right now I know that I had put a note here which explains the line below, and I will remember it, what it meant. And I think that will be enough for the first lesson. I hope that you liked it and stay with me on my other tutorials. I'll try to cover as much material on C++ programming as I can. Thank you for your attention and see you soon. Bye.